Hi everyone, it's Donna from Little Spaceman Paper Crafts, and I want to bring you a card fold series. I haven't really done a long series of anything really. I've done a few parts, like I built up a mini album and I did that in 3 videos, so I did it in 3 parts, but I wanted to do a just a card fold series really. I don't know how many videos there'll be in the series. But some of them are going to be easier than others, but I just hope that I explain them clear enough for you to give them all a go. So the first one we're going to do in the card fold series is this diamond fold card, and it ends up being 4x4. Now, as you can see, there is quite a lot of dimension in it, so postage wise might not be the best idea, but if you were hand delivering this to somebody, it'd be really sweet. I coloured this greeting farm image. This was gifted to me by my lovely friend Christina over at Crafty Paws, and she sent me a bunch of these, and I've coloured this one up. I think she's so cute. And then I just die cut the word hugs. Now, I die cut it twice out of some heavyweight card because I knew I would only be sticking it in the middle, so it needed a bit of more to be more sturdy at the ends, so I stuck that on, and then I've just put some little pearls on, and the card opens up like that, and you can get 3 of these from a 12x12 sheet of cardstock. It looks complicated, but it really isn't. It's really simple to do. So I'm going to show you how I made this one. So the first thing you're going to need is your card base, and this is your card base. This is 4x12, and I'm using craft card again because it's really easy to see on video. So I'm just going to bring in my scoreboard and try and adjust, try and adjust my camera so you can see. There we go. My light is shining, so I've got a bit of a glare. But we need to score the base in a few places. So our first score is at 2 inches, then at 4, then over at 8, and then at 10 inches. Now what you need to do is where your cardstock, let me try and zoom you in if I can. So where your cardstock is at the 6-inch mark, you're just going to put a little mark there at the top and a little mark at the bottom. Now I found this really easy because I have coloured in a line straight down the 6-inch. So I've put a mark at the bottom and I've put a mark at the top. Okay, so now what you need to do is put your top mark on your 6-inch line, well, any line really, but I've done 6-inch because I can see from top to bottom, and your bottom mark is at the first score line. So where we scored at 2, you're going to put the mark you've made at 6 and that 2-inch score line on the same, along the same groove, and then you're going to score from that mark right the way down to the first score line. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to put, do it this way, you're going to put the mark that you've made at 6 inches, and then you're going to put the first score line again at the 6-inch. Okay, so you line them up and then you score from your 6-inch mark that you've made all the way down to that first score line. Okay, and then you repeat that process on the other side. So you put your 6-inch mark that you've made on the line and bring your first score line on this side down to meet it. And you score. And then you do exactly the same thing one last time. Oops, no, that's the wrong score line. I could hear you all shouting at me then. See, I was going to go to there, but it's actually the first score line. So I might have to go up from here. Okay, so let me zoom you back out. So can you see what we've done? These were the two 6-inch marks that we made in our scoreboard. We lined each of them up with the bottom of the first score, and we made our score lines, and we did that twice on that side, turned it over, and twice on this side. Okay, get the scoreboard out of the way now. Okay, and we need to do our folds. Now, to make this because we need it quite flexible, we're going to fold each score line back and forth. Okay, so take your bone folder and start folding your score lines. So you just fold all the score lines that you've made backwards and forwards. This cardstock I'm using is quite thick. If there are any card folds that you've seen and you'd like me to have a go at, I can't promise 100% that I'll be able to do it, but I'll certainly investigate for you and see if I can bring you a tutorial on it. So we're just folding these diagonal ones now on both sides because we want this to be able to move really, really well. And this is probably the longest bit, is doing all this folding. But it's definitely worth breaking down those fibres so it folds back and forth nicely. Okay, now the fold section. Oh, I haven't folded that one. The folding is really, really easy. Okay, so the idea is that the diamond is at the top. Okay, so as you can see by the sample, we want the diamond at the top. Okay, so the way we do that is we push in on these score lines and these score lines, and we bring our card together. Okay, so I'll crease all that and then I'll show you again. So once you've finished folding and burnishing, this is what you're left with. So you go up to the second score line in on both sides and squeeze it, and then use your other hands to push in and create that diamond. And if you've turned your papers, folded it backwards and forwards and broke down those fibres, it will be really easy to do. And that's the card base. I will tell you, before you give this out to anybody, it's probably best to leave it flat down underneath something heavy, a few books or something, to stop it from springing up like that. Okay, so decoration wise, now I want to do some stamping on mine, but I want to put some panels on first. So these side panels here, these measure, let me just get my notes. The side panels measure 3 3/4 by 1 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to just stick one of those down because I want to stamp on the other one. So it leaves you a nice little border all the way around. Now I'm just going to get my Stamp Perfect out here, and my piece of paper. Now I'm going to use, I've been using this stamp set from Lawn Fawn for this because I've created a little topper, and I've used the I believe it's called Yay Kites stamp set. So I just want to stamp that hello on my paper here. So now I know where I want it, I can use the magnets, hold it down and get my ink. I'm using VersaFine Onyx Black. And I'm just going to ink that sentiment up. I'm going to do it one more time. It's not as crisp as I'd like it. Yep, that's perfect. So I'm going to take that off. Now VersaFine takes a little while to dry, so I'm going to pop that on at the end. So let's do these little pieces now. Close that up. These pieces, now what you need to do is you need to cut two pieces that are 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Then you need to cut them in half, and then you need to cut them in half again, and that gives you these sections. And then you need two of these sections to go here and here, and then you cut those pieces in half, the rest of the pieces in half again, and that gives you these smaller sections. Okay, so I am just going to go on and stick these down. I'm just going to use some wet glue because it can get into the right to the edges. Now with this sort of card you can decorate it however you like, really. You don't have to decorate this part. You can just leave it plain if you'd like to. You could just put a sentiment on the front. I think this is a really good card fold to be able to use up your little critter stamps. You know, sometimes you get some really cute little critters and you can't, they're so small. But no, this is a really good idea. So I'm going to just stick these on and then I will come right back. Okay, so I'm back after sticking all these pieces on. Now my sentiment should be dry, so I'm just going to stick that on. And then my little topper, and what I did was I cut this down to 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. This is a watercolour piece of cardstock, and I stamped these two images on a separate piece of watercolour, and I used my my Zig Clean Colour Real Brush markers to colour them in. And then I did the extra stamping and then I stuck them on there. So I'm trying to think which way I should put this. I should probably probably do it that way, I think. Okay, so I'm going to get some wet glue. Remember, this is a watercolour piece, so a good bit of glue. I should have actually done the scene on the diagonal, but never mind. So there we go, that is your diamond fold card tutorial, and I'll bring the other one in as well so you can have a look. So there you go guys, that's the diamond fold card tutorial. I really hope you give it a go. I'd love to see it if you do. You can, if you like, join my Facebook page. It's called Little Spaceman Show and Tell, and that's basically what it is. You just you can get inspiration from other crafters, you can pop your own creations on there and maybe inspire someone else. You know, it is a very small group at the moment, and I'm hoping to expand it even further, so feel free to request to join and I will get you added as soon as possible. So this is the part 1 of our card fold series, and I really hope you enjoyed it. So thanks a lot guys, and take care. Bye for now.